Bro, I need to get a haircut. I don't really like growing my hair out too much. Mainly because of these sideburns. I just gotta shake them off. But in this video, I'm gonna be talking to you about delayed gratification. What is delayed gratification? And that truck, I don't know what. He always does it. Delayed gratification is those activities that you do that you don't see instant results. So a majority of the activities we do nowadays, we look at social media or we post something, not necessarily post something, but we look at something on social media and it makes us feel pleasure. So when we watch some entertaining video, we feel like we're doing something, but in reality, we're just sitting there mouth breathing or just looking at the screen, not really paying attention to what's really going on. Most of these entertainers, they do some crazy things just to keep your attention. And honestly, that doesn't do good things to your mind. And that's what instant gratification is. Instant gratification is eating a cupcake, going to McDonald's, eating something that tastes good. Eating a cupcake, it tastes good, but imagine if you continue eating, and like tastes good in the beginning, and then after you have like a crash, you feel all lethargic and lazy. That's what instant gratification does. The more of those activities you do, the better your life gets now, the worse your life gets later on. And the majority of people do that because, quick results, buying followers, quick results. You know what I mean? So that's instant gratification. If you don't want to grow an audience, right? And like personally, you don't want to grow an audience with like long form content or just producing content in general, you're going to go buy followers just to show people, look, I got this. But in reality, what does that do to your mental health? What does that do to your account? It makes you feel like, oh yeah, I got this now, and then you have 8,000 followers, but you get like 2 likes, 3 likes, 20 likes, and that's it. So that's what instant gratification does. Delayed gratification is things that don't feel good now. It's something that you feel discomfort and feel so uncomfortable now, but in the long term, the more you do it, the better you get and the better you feel about yourself and the better your life quality gets. So this, for example, could be reading a book. Not reading an audiobook, reading a book. Now, reading a book, what can that do? Depending on what book you read, I have a stack of books over here. I recently got this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Now, this book is going to be about what the rich teach about money to their kids and that the poor and middle class do not. You see, this book is probably going to, sorry, I'm a bit sick. This book's probably going to teach me, like, some secrets that rich people do that know and that I can apply into my businesses and or overall my life, like when it comes to money. But reading this book would probably take me a good 2 weeks. But look, this is the good side. It may feel uncomfortable reading the book. Let's say it's your first book. It feels bad. But then in the long term, if you continue reading, you continue taking notes on this book, what happens? What happens to this information? It gets zapped into your brain. You're like, oh yeah, I remember when he said that, and I can apply this into my life now. Oh, my life quality is getting so much better. If you eat healthy foods, you eat your greens, you eat your fruits, you eat your meats, your lean meats, grains, and you limit the carbs, you're gonna look better, you're gonna perform better on your workouts, you're gonna make more gains. Feels bad. If you don't like vegetables, you don't like healthy foods in general, you've just been eating junk food this whole time, it's gonna feel bad, but in the long term, better performance, better aesthetics. Who wouldn't want that? So this is the stuff you gotta look at. You gotta think about it my cat's being annoying. You gotta think about it in like a long-term perspective. If you look at it from a short-term perspective, yeah, the instant gratification is gonna look good now, and you're not really gonna think of the repercussions. But if you think long term, think the next year, next 6 months, next 5 years, next decade, that is delayed gratification. Growing a business, in the next 6 months, you could be making $5,000 a month. No guarantees. But if you continue working on this business for the next 2 years, or 6 months, or a year, give yourself a long timeline if you're gonna do delayed gratification of the business. But Let's say you work really hard and it feels so uncomfortable. You're making all these cold calls and nothing happens, right? But imagine if you keep going, even after 6 months passes, even after a year passes, a month after, like 13 months in, you randomly get a client for 10K a month. You make a sale. You like you make a sale for 10K a month. Now you're making 10K a month. All you gotta do is retain this client. Now imagine if you never started that. Imagine if you're just like, you know what, it's gonna be too hard. I'm not gonna go for it. You know what I mean? You would never know if you don't try. That's the point of delayed gratification. You have to stay disciplined. You have to stay consistent. It is gonna be difficult. It's not gonna be easy. That's the point. It's gonna feel bad at first, and once you keep going and keep doing, it's gonna exponentially grow. That's how delayed gratification works. So what I want you to do is I want you to start filling your day up with delayed gratification activities and try to eliminate or reduce these instant gratification activities like scrolling on TikTok, watching YouTube videos that like Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat, these like even GTA RP videos, things like that, gaming videos, things with high stimulus, stay away from them. Junk food, try to stay or reduce them. Things like that, and start adding like, oh, I want to grow an online business, or oh, let me study more so I can get better grades in school, or let me read a book, let me save up some money so I can buy this. That's delayed gratification too, but I think in different ways when it comes to money. So that's what I want you to do. That's the action step I want you to take. You guys keep improving. Peace.